without further ado, let's get in there. Let's see exactly what kind of problem we need to face here. There is certainly an amount of problem that needs to be faced here. Try not to spend too much time paused, because I do want to get there today. I wanna get to the demolier situation today. So we're definitely going to have to figure that out. This is here. This is good. I want this actually opened for now, so my dupes can kind of run back and forth without any problems being caused. There's a lot of chlorine gas here, too. I wonder if maybe chlorine here, some hydrogen here. I wonder if also maybe it's a good idea to put some airflow here so we can get like carbon dioxide flowing down. But I don't know. I suspect that's just going to mean a bunch of chlorine flowing down is probably what's going to happen if I do that. So maybe I'll just leave it as it is, and good luck, idiots. Good luck, idiots seems like the majority of my gameplay for for this game these days. Alright, so it's a lot of polluted oxygen. Oh, because of this thing. Yes, no, of course, that makes sense. I agree. I agree, you're not wrong. I wonder if I should be doing something about that. Solving problems seems like a sucker's bet. Do seem to be a few high priority issues to deal with. Yeah, temperature is one of them. Food is actually okay now. Somehow food went back to okay, which is great. Oxygen is maybe a problem. We did clear out all of the water. So all of that free-flowing water that just busted into my base, that's all relatively contained. Now, if people need water, they can just go grab a bucket of water from one of the many places that contains buckets of water. I guess eventually I set up another pitcher pump over here. Probably. Oh, there's peat down here? Why didn't I mine this out? How come I'm just leaving peat lying around? Seems like a mistake. And then this is a lot of salt water that I'm not really doing a thing with. Partially because temperature is a problem. But it's kind of being, you know, a little bit managed sometimes. I guess, actually, given that I do the saltwater processing here, I probably want to extend this, this radiant liquid pipe to cover heat down here. That's not a bad idea. Do I have the requisite materials to extend the radiant liquid pipe? I think not at the moment. Oh, no, I totally do. How do I have this much iron? How did I arrive at this situation? Wow, lucky. Alright, well, in that case, let's do that thing. Oh, I can't extend the liquid pipe, the radiant pipe, through the regular pipe. That would not work. I can extend it around this area, though. And that'll help. Some, right? I can do this and then, like, bridge across. Is that counting iron on the surface? It might be. It might be. Which direction? This way is the direction. Yep. Well, hopefully this is a thing that gets done in a reasonable amount of time and also is helpful. Fingers crossed. And then at some point in the near future, about 5 cycles, we lock this door And people are not allowed to go into this area because this area is going to contain all of the disaster. I wonder if I should do something with the water. Like, should I try and get the water to a safer place? Is there an easy way to do that? Maybe just let it flood the same way it did before. Actually, this is like, if I seal this side off, so it's only flowing to the right, that's actually fine. Okay. What if we do... Oh, I can't seal off through the heavy watt wire. That's going to be difficult. So I guess what I could do is build a door here and then open this up. And then open, like, this up. And it'll flow. Yeah, a pump is definitely not going to move it in time. Alright, and then how are we doing on the other planet? Oh, yeah, so much of this game is played on pause. At least the way I play it. How are things going over here? Great on food. Food's not a problem. Stress isn't a problem. I don't know what we're doing now with all of this petroleum. We just have a bunch of petroleum lying around that I'm not really engaging with because I'm not... I think it's time to make plastic, so maybe that's the thing that we do? I think that was the thing that I wanted to do. So... I deleted my plastic manufacturing. Why? Because it was very hot, is why. Because plastic manufacture is extremely hot. And this thing was falling apart as a result. While made of gold, I don't think it was overheating. Oh, it might have still been overheating, actually, even while made of gold. I probably need to make it out of steel. Okay, let's make it out of steel then. Alright, so in that case, we're gonna get 4 hits of steel. 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know that I have the materials for 4 hits of steel. We're gonna need some refined carbon out of this. Alright. So also a hit of refined carbon. And I guess I'm ready to unpause. And this is the territory that Demolier is going to hit. And then I don't need to lock this, but I can just change the permissions once somebody is ready to do the job. Do the job here. Okay, yep, it's happening. Nobody is allowed through here. Definitely not. Oh, Gizmo, no. Gizmo, no. Whatever it is you were planning on doing, don't do it. Let the water flow on its own, and then once it's finished flowing, yeah, you don't have anything to do. You can start mopping stuff up, I guess. Really don't have anything better to do? Go ahead and do something. What else can I give you as, like, a temporary job, just to do something that is maybe useful? And mine out some iron. We always need more iron. Or in this case, nickel. Let's get you here. We'll open this up as a path for you. And that way you can get to the thing that you want to do and not worry about... There you go. And this will just stay closed until it's finished flowing. Dig them and exit. Yep. It does seem like the right idea. How did... Oh, now that God damn it! I dug them an exit and other people were able to get in as a result! I should have seen this one coming, honestly. This is absolutely my fault. 100% my fault. Gizmo, why? Gizmo, why? No, I did, but then I left passage open for the robots because the robots needed to leave right at the last second, and I didn't adjust it after that. Alright. Just like last time, water everywhere. At least it's being cleaned up relatively quickly. The robots are going to be sad again, though. As is tradition, I guess. The robots are sad forever. Somebody's doing work. That's good. Keep it up, kids. Alright, there they go. Now, no more soggy feet, no more liquid exposure. Everything's going to be okay. This is still flowing, so that's a work in progress. I don't need to be looking at this anymore. I just need to know that it's happening. Doing a decent job mopping here. It's really interesting how slow mopping is when it's one person and how much faster mopping is when there's even just a second person involved. Alright, we can allow people through here again. This can be deconstructed. This can be deconstructed. That's all going great. Yeah, well, access permissions is easier than locking because it doesn't require a dupe to come and interact with the thing. God, why do we have actual oxygen in here? How did that happen? Fascinating. This looks like it's mostly done. Oh, unreachable build. All right, well, that's fixable. That should be all I need to be able to reach it. Reach that for sure. I don't know if it'll reach that. That might still be unreachable. Yep. Yeah, temperature. I understand. That's what this is for. All right. Cool, that's resolved. So now, if I open up plumbing, we can disconnect these two, connect these, and it should flow correctly through. Cool. Which also means that I can... I can reconnect this and fill this back up, because we are going to be taking advantage of the cooling off here. So we can flow a bit more of the salt water through, produce a little bit more heat, and that'll be fine. What happened to this Joya? Atmosphere. Really? Problem with the atmosphere? There's no oxygen. I can see why that would be a problem. Okay. Well, even with all of the airflow here? All of the chlorine is right here. Why? That's weird. I guess because it's stuck to the side. If I made a door here, it would probably fix itself. Okay. I can do that. Honestly, there's no reason for this to not be a door. Ah, yep, and immediately the Joya is, pseudo-okay. A little bit okay. But if this chlorine can filter its way down to this chlorine consumer, that's ideal. I guess I could also do a little bit more airflow here. Sanichel is starving. There's not enough polluted dirt for the Sanichel. The poor Sanichel. It's just gonna have to be okay, I'm afraid. The Sanichel's not making it, then the Sanichel's not making it. That's how that goes. And then I think this needs to be lowered again because we need to get this stuff flowing through faster. If I press enter, it wipes it. That's so weird. What? God, alright, fine. I'll just click it. Such a disaster. We've got a bunch of overpressure oxygen here, which I guess explains why this chlorine's not flowing through. Maybe I just open this up, and then the chlorine will flow through. This has no power because it's not in carbon dioxide right now. Yep, that was a deliberate decision on my part. Feel mostly good about that decision. And now this should start flowing through here. I think that's enough room. Can also open that up in case that changes anything. I'm not sure that it does, but I'm not sure that it doesn't. Alright, I am in kind of a holding pattern because I'm waiting for Demolior to hit before starting any kind of major projects at the moment. But I feel like I should figure out what my next major project is. Honestly, my next major project needs to be space travel, doesn't it? So maybe that's what we're building up this petroleum for. Which means I need to start storing petroleum closer to the surface. Or at least closer to the surface in a way that's not gonna get hit by Demolior. Oh, I could also use this for blast. Not that this is gonna survive the impact. But having a meteor blaster out here also seems like a good idea. So maybe once the impact has happened, we'll come back to that. Yeah, Sweepy's dock holding all of this liquid nuclear waste. I really need to figure out what to do with liquid nuclear waste. Besides, allow it to be liquid and nuclear and wasteful. Alright, yeah, I'm still just gonna hang on and not really do anything for the next, like, 4 cycles. And then we'll see what the situation looks like. I think that's where we're at. Is we're just gonna be miserable for the next 4 cycles. And dupes are gonna do their thing. And... Alright, do I have anything worth printing here? Idilla seeds. Nope, I'm not printing more people now. So, let's intercept that charge! The Printerceptor has done the thing. I do still need databanks, though, if I intend to print a particular animal or something. Flooding. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I know what's being flooded. It's okay. We're just going to live with that. Do I really have nothing that needs to be done on this planet? Like, I feel like I should have some kind of, you know, next project or whatever. This doesn't have fertilizer. Oh, because I locked this. Why did I lock this? Was that a thing that I did? It must be. I guess because I was done with them spending all of my phosphorite. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. We're cool. This is still going while completely under oil? Wild. Can I turn this on? If I turn this on, it pumps up to here. Which is, like, not exactly helpful. Is that where that goes? Oh, no, it pumps out to here. Which then vents to here? Okay. Oh, but it's not going unless it's detecting which it's not because there's a bunch of carbon dioxide down here. Which there's going to be a bunch of carbon dioxide down here because I'm not farming my slicksters correctly. That's just going to keep happening, I suppose. I'm surprised that the Sweetles have lived this long, considering all of the slicksters in this area have died. Man, I liked those slicksters. Now the only slicksters are the ones that are in the Sporkit area, which, like, that's not great. I really have nothing for anybody to do here. Maybe I should start setting up a Paku farm? It's not like food is a problem. What else could... Yo, there's an anti-entropy thermo-nullifier over here. Well, that's a thing that's worth digging towards. Let's go open that up. That's something to do, at least. Alright, kids. You have a task. I feel better about that now. Oh, you know what? What if I put, if I'm gonna be containing all of the liquid nuclear waste, wow, that was ridiculously hard to say, here, then maybe I could put, like, mesh here, and then when the nuclear waste drips, it'll drip into, like, I don't know, a containment area or something? What does one do with nuclear waste? I never did figure that out. Liquid nuclear waste. At very high temperatures, it becomes nuclear fallout. And it freezes to solid nuclear waste at 26 degrees C? Wow, that's pretty achievable, actually. Hey, Vera, what's up? You just beat your friends in Magic the Gathering? Congratulations. There was an entry where nuclear waste sublimates. I guess so, yeah. Oh, because it's corium. It's not, corium sublimates into liquid nuclear waste. Wait, into liquid nuclear waste? Fascinating. Much the same way that oxalite, I guess it's not sublimates if it becomes a gas. Wait, I thought sublimates was becomes a gas as opposed to becomes a liquid. Because this is becoming a liquid. That's weird. That's weird, right? I feel like that's weird. Anyway, I think what I'm going to try and do is set up a holding tank here for the liquid nuclear waste so that it'll be near the Radbolt generator and provide radiation for exactly the Radbolt generator rather than just radiating everything here. So that would be something along the lines of this, and then we'll replace this with airflow tiles and this with mesh tiles. I mean, I guess let's start with digging all of this out first. Eduardo, you have once again made mistakes, but now you're committed. That's not reachable. That's not great. How do I make that reachable? What if I deconstruct this? I guess if I put ladder here, that'll work. Why is it always the robots? These idiots. Alright, cool. So now we tile this off. These dumbasses. Causing themselves stress. Alright, and then we're gonna put mesh here. And airflow here? I don't know why airflow, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Oh no! The sweepy! Wow, I didn't know the sweepy could fall like that. How do we rescue the sweepy? Oh no! Poor guy! Well, his navigation is screwed. And I don't see a way to pick him up. Or move him. This is not how I expected this to work. I mean, I guess he is technically sweeping right now. We got people who are idle. That's bad. What if I probably just have to deconstruct this and then reconstruct it in place. Poof! Aw! That's so sad! Oh, not there. Jeez. Here. And I have just resigned myself to the fact that this waterweed seed will never be reachable. This Rex has grown. I think I need another carbon dioxide eater here. Oh, you know what I need, actually? If I am concerned about carbon dioxide, and I am kind of concerned about carbon dioxide, I just need to set up a skimmer down here. Now that we don't have slicksters to skim it for me, I will just have to skim it myself. So we are going to need some amount of clear water. And then, oh, this is awkward to traverse. I want to send this water back through to here. But this piping doesn't work well for that. So I guess I'll have to carve out a slot here so I can bridge both of the things. Oh, yeah, or just replace it with bridges directly. That's true. That also works. That's a better way of doing it. Good call. We can just build a bridge, like, here. And then once that bridge is built, we can replace the connections. Okay, don't do that anymore either. Maybe this just needs to be disabled until I am ready to actually take advantage of it. And then power. Power is the easy part. We have heavy water all over the place. Moving into cycle 199. It's almost time. Time until impact 2.1 cycles. Okay, so not exactly 199, 2 cycle 200, but a little bit after. Have they done the thing? They're starting to work on it, I think. Yo, these Atmos suits were such a good idea. Jeez. I'd have lost so many more dupes if it wasn't for the Atmos suits. Really? Who's not breathing and where are they not breathing? Eh? Oh. Did somebody, like, go up here and get themselves in trouble, or... Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore it. That seems like a good plan. I love ignoring things. There's coal down here if I want it. What did it do? Wow, some people move so slowly down here. They need better training with suits. Okay, this process has in fact improved. Now I want to disconnect here and disconnect here. Actually, I think I need to reconnect here so this oil gets out. It needs to be reconnected. But they're not doing anything with the oil at the moment. So maybe let's unlock this and let people do things with oil. Just so the oil flows through a little bit. Got idleness to worry about. Who's out here being idle? They got nothing to do? Gotta give them something to do, don't I? Biobot builder. Fascinating. Have I not? I have inspected this. People have even come in here and rummaged and taken the discs. Oh, they haven't rummaged. They've just looked at the place. Uses zombie spores and steel. Wow. Oh, look, sporkid seeds. Do I have a way to destroy this? Yes, I can just compost this. I think I am probably just going... It wasn't a biohazard container, let's be honest. That's, I maybe should have expected that whatever was in the biohazard container was going to be maybe dangerous. I think I don't want to take advantage of the Biobot builder. I think I just want to compost this and make it not be a sporkid anymore. I think that is the plan. It looks like the C's don't actually output. Are there frames? Oh, frames are dropping. It's true. Yeah, that's not just you. The frames are in fact disastrous right now. I'm getting about like half of the speed that I am trying to transmit at. So frames are dropping as a result. That's not great. Looks like it's going to come back, though. Fingers crossed it's coming back. Yeah, I think it's alright. So maybe refresh if you are still behind. Since that is, the kind of thing that maybe you want to fix. Where can I put this? Where do we still have chlorine? Hang on, I'm getting distracted by chlorine-related things. Is there a place where we still have chlorine that I want to fix, or... Not really. I mean, maybe if I wanted to put, like, a salt vine seed up here to clear out some of this chlorine, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. could try that. Is this ambient temperature okay for salt vines? Salt vines need to be warm, don't they? Salt vines, ooh, down to -25, actually. No, they're fine. Okay. Okay. Let's, drop some salt vine here, then. 1.6 cycles. Got some data banks. Ooh, a snazzy suit. Who do we give the suit to? Who's suffering? Gizmo and Eduardo both appear to be suffering. They are spending time in places with ugly decor, so maybe a snazzy suit will help them. Here, please enjoy a suit. Warm coat. Protects the wearer from cold. Mostly we need to protect our dupes from heat rather than from cold. Also, I think I need to build another compost heap. Because I think I deconstructed my old one. Not that we have a lot of rot. But where's the composter? Oh, it's in refinement, isn't it? Compost. We'll just build it over here. Near the place where the food goes bad. There we go. Something for idiots to do. Overheated. Oh, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Yes, it is going to be quite warm down here. So maybe not building a carbon skimmer out of cobalt if we want a carbon skimmer to stay alive. That's completely fair. .3 cycles. Planning projects in the disaster area. I guess so, huh? Yeah, maybe not a high priority. You make a good point. Maybe wait on that. I'm gonna need to make this out of steel, aren't I? Do we have enough gold amalgam to do this here on this planet? I wish I could tell how much of the resource I have on this planet as opposed to total. I guess if I try and build it, it'll tell me. It seems like I have it here. Okay. So I can just build it out of gold, and that'll probably be good enough. Why does this keep getting relocked? Auto. Oh, because I changed the settings. Because I messed with the automation. It's not connected. That's why. If I want people to go in there, I need to reconnect the automation. Natural gas is really getting everywhere. It's so awkward. How close are we? 0.9 cycles. Worrisome. This is connected appropriately, so that's good. This is still dormant. Yeah, we don't need anybody in here anymore, so nobody's allowed in. New printables! Anything good? Ovagro figs. Actually, maybe, yeah. I'm okay with just printing some figs. Keep my lums happy for a little bit longer. People are still idle on Neolato. I'm just gonna let that go. These people out here aren't idle. These people out here are doing their jobs. Briefly. Alright. Yeah, we needed to clear out some of the oil. So once this oil is cleared out, and it has, then I can disconnect this, and then put a bridge here. Connect that. To here. That should do the trick. Alright, so now that that's moved even the slightest bit, I don't need people coming in here anymore. So... automation. Disconnect. Point 4. Alright. Time to turn this into a no-go zone. Set it to auto. Nobody's allowed in. And rest in peace, everything up here. The Rex is gonna live just outside of the blast zone. Yeah, it's gonna happen right as cycle 201 starts. Oh boy. Here we go. .2 cycles. Okay, so it's waiting until it's given us a little bit of time here. People are gonna wake up and see the disaster coming. We actually have the seconds counting down. Oh my god. I mean, some of it is this is Demolior, so it's been visible this whole time. If people are idle. Yeah, I would be idle too. Alright, here we go. Oh my god. We get a cutscene. see. Oh, that's lava. Plants have died. Geyser triggered. 169 buildings have melted. I'm still stuck in this cutscene. Scalding! I think somebody is being injured by heat. Can I regain control, please? Or building entombment, sure. How do I... Yeah, no, I know that all this stuff is happening. Can you let me play the game again? Thank you. Magma. All right, nope, the Rex is not going to survive, as it turns out. There was a whole lot of not going to survive here, actually. Wow, this is a bigger disaster than I expected. Hydrogen vent, another volcano. Honestly, this is probably an appropriate amount of disaster. Iridium? What the crap is iridium? Decor, huge decor bonus, huge overheat bonus. Wow. Very pretty. Good metal. Thank goodness I closed that door. Right? Oh, yeah. Appropriately took care of that situation. People were not in the immediate blast zone, but, people are still getting blasted. It's, not looking great here. The 2,000 degrees Celsius magma is, causing some problems for sure. Well, alright, let's let this finish doing whatever it's doing. 14 geysers triggered? Good heavens. Only 4 of which are visible. But I guess, like, in this area, or maybe in other places on the planet, new geysers have erupted as a result. Oh, yeah, there's, like, a volcano down here now. Sure was an event. An event sure has occurred. Wow. Alright, well, I mean, a lot of this, we're just gonna have to let this run its course, right? Like, this magma that is flowing through here, like, I just gotta let that do whatever it's gonna do. And we're just gonna have to rebuild afterwards. And people are gonna die, and I have very little control over this at this point. Yep, more is still happening. I agree. It's not great. Some overheat damage for sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's very hot. No, I agree. Lunar Waffles is maybe going to die. Uh-huh. Slain. It's a great word. 800 degrees Celsius steam just kind of happening out here. I need to send everybody to a place where they're not going to be injured. So maybe, like, we'll just put everybody off to the side for a bit. And try and rebuild? Like, maybe don't try and go to your bed directly underneath the magma pit. That feels like it's not going to go very well, you know? Yeah, I'm just going to send everybody over here. Everybody who's alive. Just come over here until I figure out what to do with you. Maybe I should pick an over here that has oxygen? Also, there are some places that people can't get to, is also a concern. Oh, I could send somebody across the, I could teleport somebody. If there's somebody that I really want to survive this mess, I can teleport them. I think it's Noishot. I think Noishot is the person I care about the most. Sorry, Senna. But somebody's got to get teleported. There's only one choice. I kind of did that on gut instinct. Is there actually, like, somebody who's based on skill level or something I want to save? Maybe Travaldo, actually. Travaldo just has... I guess Travaldo also has digging. Noishot has exosuit training. Yeah, it's going to be Noishot. That's fine. She's going to be miserable on the other planet. Morale needs are not going up to 20. But miserable's better than dead. I think they say that. That's a thing that they say. Miserable's better than dead. I feel like that is a thing that, you know, whoever they are, they say. Maybe I'll send people over here, because here has some oxygen. Sour gas. Yeah, okay. Sure. Where else can I send people that they'll live? Man, you know those oxygen concerns I had a while ago? I think they just got more concerning. Alright, we're gonna send everybody else down here. Changed my mind about where people are going. Man, I should have thought of this when I saw the lava. Instead of letting people get scalded to maybe death. You're looking a little worse for wear here, Lunar Waffles. Can't come down here? Why? Where can you go? Oh, you're stuck in this area. In the middle of the magma. That's smart. Not the only person who's stuck literally in the middle of the magma. Okay. Also just stuck up here. Yeah, alright, well. I've done my best. Let's see. For Lunar Waffles to survive this, we need to build him a triage cot. Out of materials that are handy. Which is obsidian and abyssalite. And I guess some mafic rock? Can I build a triage cot out of mafic rock? I can build it out of obsidian. Perfect. We're going to need several of these. Plants have died. A concern, surely. Not the concern, I don't think. Alright, can I assign Lunar Waffles to this? Yes. And somebody needs to go rescue him. And that somebody is going to be... Lunar Waffles could work on heal, but it's not their top priority right now. Aaron, you're recovering from heat. How do you do rescue? Is it an errand on the cot? Heal. Number 2 on Lunar Waffles' to-do list after they finish their current errand, which is incapacitated. Heal, rest, 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 heal. Yeah, I'm not confident how to do a rescue. Moderate wounds. Moderate wounds. Moderate wounds. Moderate wounds. Severe wounds. Alright, well, it's not you. Ada's severe. Pei is already out here. And only minor injuries. Alright, Pei, how do I make you rescue someone? Is rescue like a doctoring job? Is it tidying? Oh, Hassan's downed also. Assign them to a triage cot for rescue. Okay. Was hard-coded and not modifiable by the priority window. Okay. But I can assign them to a triage cot, and somebody will engage in rescue. Okay, so you're rescuing now, which is, in fact, what I wanted from you. And I could maybe... Oh, Gossman is also dying. The problem at this point is getting back up here. Because all of the ladders have melted also. So to get back up to here requires going up here and through here and across? Like, I think that's just not happening, my friends. Alright, so Gossman and Hassan are no longer with us. But Lunar Waffles is getting rescued. Phosphorus gas. That's bad. Oh, yeah. Take a break at the water cooler. Sounds like a great idea. Building melted. Yup. Sure. Alright. Picked up 1,000 grams of lunar waffles. Uh-oh. Oh, Pay's dying now. That's no good. Okay, so assign Pay to this one. And let's let, exactly New Herald through. And maybe Ruby can go do a rescue? And, maybe Ada can just get into bed. See if we can build more of these. Oh, and Lyra's out here. Lyra needs rescuing too. Okay, new plan. This one's Lyra's. Senna, why are you still dying? Please stop currently dying. Please die less. Duplicants have died. Yep. Okay. Alright, Lyra's being rescued, which is great news. More duplicants have died. Aw, Lyra died mid-rescue. That sucks. Do we think we could rescue Pay here? Pay's assigned, so somebody's going for it. Hassan, yeah, I know. How do they get here, actually? I feel like there's not a good way to get here. Maybe like that. What are you doing? Oh, you're going to the water cooler, which is very hot. Like, you just die at the water cooler. Don't go to the water cooler. It's very hot out here. 672 degrees Celsius. Yeah, you can't actually recover here. You just die. I know it's scalding. I'm literally watching it happen. All right, 1 ruby acquired, and now you're going to die too. Nope, Rudy's gonna stay acquired? That sounds great. We're maybe okay here. Oh, that's a whole lot of death. Hay is assigned, new heralds assigned, Ruby's assigned. Well, Ruby's the only one who's actually going to survive this. Oh no, never mind. Neither of them are going to survive this. I guess if they're here, they're maybe savable. So let's let exactly Travaldo and Bonhi out. And maybe they can do something? Hopefully? Building melted, yep. Can y'all just, like, do a rescue and that's it? Is that gonna work out? Noirshot's suffocating. Oh, because I forgot to teleport her! Right, yeah, get teleported. Wait, where is she? Oh, she's all the way over. She's dead. Yep. Oh, no, that's not getting fixed. Yeah, that's over. That's over. If you leave, you instantly die. So maybe just stay here. And die of not being able to breathe. Yeah, that doesn't help either. Well, this was a much bigger disaster than expected. Are we actually doing a rescue here, or what's going on? Yes, actually. Oh my god. Not Lyra. Lyra's very dead. But the rest of them, maybe. Noirshot is suffocated, yep. Oh, damn it. We lost Nubanhi. We lost... Oh, no! We lost everybody out here? Ah, that is really hot. That is really hot. That is uncomfortable. That is a disaster, in fact. Alright, if I let Ren out, is he going to be able to rescue someone, or is he going to die in the attempt? I'm gonna let him try. I'm gonna let him try. Okay. Alright. Well, that's better. That's the most successful rescue yet. Travaldo, how are you doing with your 0 HP? How are you still walking around with your 0 HP? Maybe don't go out here, though. Maybe just get into bed, Travaldo. You're not gonna rescue Ruby? What are are you going? Recover from heat? No, buddy. Okay, that's an impressive animation. Yeah, recover from heat is not okay. Who else do you think you can rescue? You think maybe you can rescue Bonhi. All right. I'm on board with giving you that chance. Hey, you're doing great, buddy. Aww. Now you are trying to recover from heat. That's still not okay. Okay, you're done. You're done. Where is Bonhi? Bonhi's still over here? Is Bonhi gonna make it? Dying 36 seconds. You're not gonna make it is the problem. So, sorry, Bonhi. Let's see if Ren even survives the trip back as they are. I feel like the answer is no, but I could be wrong. Ruby, where are you going? Get back in your cot, Ruby! Look at this. Ruby wants to go all this way up to the water cooler. I don't think so, Ruby. Alright, nobody's allowed out again. Everybody back to default access. Of course, food is still going to be a problem. Hey, look, it's a liquid airlock. Well, duplicants sure have died. That's accurate. That's very real. None of the food is down here, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. But hey, everybody on Grasona is fine! Oh boy. Pipe blocked. Oh, it's not finished, okay. Yeah, everybody on Grasona is fine. No problems here. They're having a casual night in. Geyser triggered 14. 1, 2, 3, 4 volcanoes. A hydrogen vent. Iron volcano, aluminum volcano. Polluted water vent. 2 saltwater geysers. 2 chlorine gas vents. A water geyser. That's a lot of volcanoes. Yeah, that's probably the plan, Cryptomancer. But I'm a little invested in seeing how, like... how stuff progresses a little bit further from here. Not like in terms of trying to recover from this, because good heavens, that's a lot of infrastructure that's lost. But, like, honestly, it might be recoverable, given that everybody on Grasona is fine. But also, I think it's more interesting to just restart, because this is a mess. This is an absolute mess for sure. Oh, yeah. So this is just popped open. That's what happens here. All of this stuff where it's like the volcanoes are kind of doing their own thing, they all just popped open. Ah, I wasn't expecting that. That is fascinating. Where else are there, because this is 14 geysers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see 14 geysers? I'm wondering where the water geyser is. It's going to take its time to propagate. Yeah, that's true. That's true. People are just going to be... everybody on this asteroid, I think, is just dead. That's probably accurate. Even if they do manage to recover their health over here, we don't have access to any food. All the food is here. Which, that requires this big traversal through 200-degree steam. So that's not happening. So we'll have to, like, basically survive off of rust and bleach stone until what? Until what? Until I have no idea. So yeah, everybody over here is dead. That's for sure. We might be able to repopulate from the other asteroid once stuff settles a bit. But that'll be a while before that happens, also for sure. Phosphorus gas, what a mess. Oh, ceramic. That's wild. I guess the sand got hot enough that it just became ceramic. From clay to ceramic. I guess there was clay here, and the temperature got hot enough that it became ceramic? Wild. Yeah, Gizmo's still over here? Gizmo and Eduardo are both still up here being like, yeah, it sucks, but what you gonna do? That's kind of impressive. Man, I gotta admit, the blast radius on Demolior really did not tell the whole story. There was a lot more going on than just, this is where the asteroid is going to hit. A lot more going on. Seem to have arrived at a good time. Well, Demolior landed. So you definitely have arrived at an eventful time. I'll give you that. You have arrived at a very Demolior time of my life. I am debating how much longer to continue this save file. Made a mess. Wow, you think that's high on my priority list right now? Who here is still alive? Yeah, back in your cots. Ah, Eduardo is incapacitated. Forgot about the bionic duplicants. Whoa! We got a new mutation for dew seeds! That's fantastic! God. Yeah, this is a lost cause. I think whoever was saying we did good for our first practice seed, I think that's correct. I think this is indeed a practice seed, and we're gonna have to find a new route on seed number 2. What a disaster. And all of the, like, chlorine and volcanoes that we now have to deal with everywhere, like, that's gonna go in a way. Lessons learned, jeez. And there's still so much that I didn't even engage with, right? Like, all of this uranium stuff, all of these, like, story things down here that we didn't play with at all. All of this, like, the betas we didn't touch in the slightest. So much work needs to be done. A good one, right? We've learned. These fossil fragments are a thing. Actually, can I get this idiot, Eduardo here, to investigate these fossil fragments? Do you have the ability to engage? Rest in peace, Gizmo. Liquid exposure. Yeah, that's not great. Can I ask you to deconstruct this, Eduardo? Can I ask you to move here? And then do deconstructs. Cool. Oh, I don't know where you're going, but I don't like it. Can I ask you to go? Ah, sure. You're already miserable. Can I ask you to go here? And then prioritize digging. You are prioritizing digging. Good. Supplying repair materials. Tell me more. Repair supply self. Interesting. What does that look like with all this water exposure? Oh. Not self. You're repairing just damaged pipes or something. Alright, new plan, Eduardo. A little bit less of all of this other stuff. And just go digging. Because I want to see what happens if I engage with these fossil fragments. And I can do that, I think, before Eduardo dies. Oh, Nitten escaped. Stung a target. Nit stung. Stung by a nit and is feeling annoyed. Sneeziness for a cycle. Where are you? You're still doing repair? Okay. Let's do that. Can you not dig? Do you not have the skill required? You might not have the skill required. I might not have gotten him the better digging booster. The extreme digging booster. Yeah, you only have a regular digging booster, which means you can't get through here, even if I wanted you to. You could potentially go around. Okay, what if you're not allowed out there? Can you go build this? Critical power level. Yeah, everything's gonna be a problem. I agree. Are you capable of building? You are capable. Can you find the appropriate materials? There's shale out here. There's tons of shale out here. Tons is maybe overstating things. Let's see. I could have you dig through here, actually. That's maybe easier. Lacks masterwork skill. You have to be an artist to excavate this? Masterworks art booster in order to excavate it. Okay, well, I guess that's not happening either. Alright, well, in that case, I think there is probably not much more to be gained from continuing this particular file. Like, this is, you know, we're not getting, like, the RimWorld Man in Black showing up to save us at the last second. And, I think while I am capable of, like, hitting play and trying to recover from this, I don't think it'll go well. My Discord announce message was accurate? Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is as much of a disaster as it could possibly be. This is the worst Chuck Tingle novel ever to be written. Pounded in the butt by Demolier. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know what? I've seen enough. I'm calling it here. Demolier has won. Yeah, we'll save and quit, whatever. Which means we could start a frosty planet instead of a prehistoric planet. So we could see some new interesting things on whatever new planet we get. Yeah, doing oil safely and the speed at which oil needs to be done, how much fertilizer I need to have stockpiled, in addition to, like, the phosphorite and everything. Pounded in the butt by my own butt is an incredible title, absolutely. I've never read a Tingler, and I feel like at some point in my life I probably should. Cheers, Vera. But yeah, I feel pretty good about what I have learned here, and I feel good about taking that forward to a next on stream. I don't know that I want to read a Tingler aloud. That is an experience. Is that the kind of content that people want to see? Is that really what I'm turning my channel into? It could be a charity goal, actually. That's not wrong. We're not playing the game. We're very dead. Okay, hang on. I gotta go back in, Vera. I have to show you just how bad it is. We got Demolier hit. So first off, take a look at this. This is beautiful. Look at all of this phosphorus gas everywhere. Can I draw your attention to the temperature of this steam? It is actually not that bad. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 400 Celsius steam here. And this is the part of the base that wasn't directly hit by Demolier. So if we zoom out a little bit, you can see just how bad things are. But yeah, this was my base at one point. And as you can tell, duplicants have died. We're down to 10 out of 19. So 9 duplicants have died so far. You have zero clue about this game. Let's suffice that getting an asteroid rammed into your asteroid is bad news and a disaster for all involved. So, yeah, all of these alerts and concerns are very concerning. I am very alerted, and people are dying, and there's only so much I can do about that. So, yeah, we're calling this colony. We're ceding this colony to Demolier. Demolier has won.